Okay, it's time to bust some medical mysteries. Dr. I and Dr. J are back this morning to answer your questions, make sense of all of these trending health fads that we're all curious about. It's so good to see you, Dr. J.
Good to see you as well.
Dr. I, we have on Zoom. There you are, good friend. Thank you both. Can we start with water?
Absolutely.
Contaminated water supply in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which led to warnings not to use water from the faucet. So my question for true or false today is drinking tap water in the U.S. safe? I'm going to say true.
I'm going to say false.
True in some places?
I mean, true in some places. So this is the deal. When you talk about safety, the question is, are we talking about chemicals? Are we talking about pathogens that can cause disease, right? When it comes to pathogens that can cause disease, U.S. water is safe. Like over the last 20 years, there's maybe been 10 or 15 outbreaks of things like hepatitis. Doesn't happen often. However, chemicals, like in Dallas, they have that chromium-6, right? And chromium-6 and other chemicals called forever chemicals can be found in the water. They're called forever chemicals because they stick around forever. Your body can't break them down. These forever chemicals have been found to function as carcinogens, so they can cause cancer. They can be endocrine disruptors, so they can increase your risk of diabetes, infertility. So safe from the standpoint of infectious diseases, questionable when it comes to certain chemicals.
Do y'all drink tap water?
Sadly, I do.
Yeah, I do
too.
Okay, then I'll take my cues from you. True or false, you should listen to your body and skip breakfast if you don't get hungry in the morning. I do this, but I'm going to say that that's false.
That is absolutely false. I'm with you, Marky. I don't get hungry until like noon, so I usually don't eat in the morning, but you really should for a few reasons. Number one, breakfast is breaking fast, right? Breakfast. We all know the benefits of intermittent fasting. It's great for our metabolism, but if you don't break that fast, we just keep going throughout the day, going into the afternoon, your metabolism actually slows, so you increase your risk for heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, weight gain, things like that. Number two, even though you're not hungry, your body is hungry, and so you don't have that same oomph, you know? So when you're at work, when you're at school, you may not be giving it your all. Your neurons aren't firing on all cylinders. Number three, when you skip breakfast, it tends to lead to an overconsumption of calories later. I know when I fast,
true.
I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and I usually eat more calories than I would have had I just been eating throughout the day. So this is one of those situations.
And then you attack the pantry.
Pretty much, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, the pantry.
Well, I've been doing some more intermittent fasting, but we'll see. Maybe I'll stop that. Okay, true or false? Getting the COVID and the flu shot together can make each of them less effective. False.
That's false, yeah.
False.
It's actually the opposite. So they did research that found if you get the COVID and the flu shot together, the flu shot is more effective. The only thing is when you get the two shots together, you know, your immune system gets this hyper boost, and so you may feel poorer for the first couple of days afterwards, because when you boost your immune system, the reason it fights the virus is it makes all of these proteins that fight the virus, but those proteins make you feel kind of sick. That's why people will say—
But it's not because you're getting—
No, exactly. I was going to say, people will say sometimes, I got the flu shot and then I got the flu. You just feel like you got it because your body reacted to it. So you may feel worse if you get them both together, but the vaccines may actually be more effective.
Okay, good to know. True or false? A woman's brain— oh, good. A woman's brain shrinks during pregnancy and becomes more efficient during and after. Gosh, I'm gonna say false because I want it to be false, but I'm scared of what you're about to tell me, Dr. I.
This is the double true. It does shrink during pregnancy, but it does become more efficient. This is the thing. Really, from our teen years onwards, our gray matter, that part where the neurons are, the brain cells are, it's shrinking. The thing is, when you're pregnant, it shrinks faster. It shrinks about 2 to 3 times faster. But it's not a bad thing. You're losing volume in favor of function. So that part of the brain that's responsible for picking up social cues actually becomes very well developed. And so they think it's so that mom can really tune into baby and know what baby needs and baby wants. So this is not one of those situations where bigger is actually better. Your brain will shrink and it stays smaller for a while, but it works actually better and more efficient.
Your belly just overcompensates for the brain shrinkage. Yeah.
There's no positive spin on that one.
Everything just got bigger except for the brain. Hey, always good to have you both. It's good to see you
as
again.
well.
Y'all are the best to have your medical or health questions answered on our show. Find Dr. I, Dr. J on social media at @the_twin_doctors. Are you back next week? One of you? Dr. I? Hope so.
Yeah, I think one of us will be there for sure.
Good. Okay, I'll hold you to it. Thank you both.